Welcome along, everyone, to the Circuit Trois-Rivieres. We are live for round 7 of Season 2 of the USARC Aaron's Pro Cup Series. It is the Canadian Tire Grand Prix. This is our second road course on the season. Reese Kupski took the victory at Road America. He rolls off from P5. Now, we have Joe Zeller on the pole, Daniel Voiles to the outside. Can Chevy convert their front row lockout to the victory here today?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be difficult, obviously. It's a hard track to pass on, but I think that plays into Chevy's favor. But at the same time, there's a lot of good road racers right behind them. You see the one back there. You see that's the one of Cameron Brennan. You see the 01 of Ben Murdo, the 40 of Reese Kupski. So there's some really good road racers starting up near the front today. And it's going to make life hard for these two Chevrolets up front.
Very disjointed grid as well. Obviously, Daniel Voiles, who's not made a race since Daytona. And before then, I believe he's not ran since Ontario in Season 1 on the outside pole. So he could easily be leading, which would be a real miracle for that team. Daniel Sells as well, who failed to make the field at Pikes Peak, just behind as well. So a very interesting field. Some road course ringers towards the front. You can see Jack Rigel just in the background there. And Joe Zeller on the pole as well, who will be looking to try and get his championship challenge back on the right direction again.
Personally, I think the biggest threat for the win is starting 6th with Benedict Murdo being back in the field. But in 7th, Breeder Nation is going to be really happy with that qualifying effort. 7th for him, and he's going to be a threat to watch all race long.
I mean, this is going to be a very interesting race here today. Obviously, I think it's going to be interesting because these road courses are so hard to pass on, but this is such a tight racetrack, and it's going to make it really difficult. It's not wide and open like Road America or Watkins Glen or some of the other road courses we go to. It's going to be a close contact here today.
I think we should definitely expect to see some paint traded as well. Obviously, close quarters here on the streets of Trois-Rivieres. We look further in the grid, we see there the 5 of Blair McKenzie. Once again, another technical failure for that 5 team. Just not a lot of luck going for them and her career so far in USARC. And with the tight nature here at Trois-Rivieres, it's going to be a long day for that 5 team and 555.
Yeah, I think the 555 engineers need to be investigated or something, because I think that car has failed way too many times.
Yeah, it's been a rough stretch for them for sure. But we'll have 31 laps here today at Trois-Rivieres. I think I said that right. And we'll see what happens here today. Joe Zeller on the pole. We're going to get his championship bid back on track. It's going to be close quarters racing, and we'll see what happens here. Engines will be fired in just a moment here in Canada.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines are fired. The field rolls off here. And once again, as we've talked about, it is who has somewhat been a dark horse title threat so far this season, Joe Zeller starting on the pole. He'll be alongside Daniel Voiles, who definitely, for him and Score Motorsports, absolutely needs a good result here today. Behind him, we'll see Cameron Brennan and Daniel Sells. Brennan, our current Rookie of the Year leader, very comfortably, and Sells, who's looking to rebound after a D&Q last week at Pikes Peak.
He's here, but he's just trying to stay off each other here on his pace lap. It's you see here, it's a very tight racetrack. This is just barely 2 cars wide, maybe 3 if you're really bold right here. But we'll see if anyone tries that today. I would not advise it, but someone, you get aggressive sometimes here at these road courses where it's hard to pass. As field continues to roll down this straightaway here, heading towards another braking zone. There you see the 5 of Blair McKenzie, who've come from the back today.
There's a few big names towards the back. Anthony Greenman, Stephen Cologne, who has been in contention for a championship. Kyler Soustrai as well. Peter Onjak. Ricky Freeman Jr. didn't do so well either. So a really, like I said earlier, a disjointed grid order. It's a really good opportunity for someone like Joe Zeller or even Cameron Brennan to make a mark in the championship battle. I mean, yeah, look around the top 10. There is no one apart from Lexi Herman It was really towards the front.
Yeah, you see we're going to go under the Coors Light Bridge here. Couple more cars. Everybody just heading down through here. See a lot of runoff area in case you do get tagged in these turns. Obviously, you don't want to. See through the chicane. Pace car dives off. Joe Zeller, Daniel Voiles. That's your front row here today in Trois-Rivieres. Couple more corners here before we go green. Here we go, coming to the green here in Canada. And we are underway.
And a great start from Joe Zeller. He's going to shoot out into the race lead immediately. Voiles is already under threat from Cameron Brennan. Daniel Sells looks like he's had a good getaway. He's doing battle with Reese Kupski, Benedict Murdo. Oh
boy.
Close there between Sells and Brennan under braking. The 92 has moved into third, Murdo into fourth, Kupski down to fifth. Johnny Morris in the 41, currently doing really well. He's going to actually attack Kupski here.
Yeah, it's a big dive. He's gonna run him wide a little bit.
Ooh, and I think I saw the 55 nearly go around, but he saved it in the background. I think they're all cleanly through.
Yeah, so far here, all green. Another hard braking zone though here. Spotted these today.
Through here, all clean on the first lap. But that's what they've done.
You see the 01, I believe, or not the 01, the 41 has gone by the 40 there. So good job from Johnny Morris here to get Reese Kupski, as Zeller has broken off and away here as by over a second already.
And Voiles already put second on Brennan.
What a good start from Joe Zeller. And I think that definitely the O2, not quite as good in race trim as in qualifying trim. But Voiles is going to have still quite a long time to try to hunt down and pass that 64. But I think definitely here, more than any other track, it's going to be one thing to catch, another thing to pass, as we're going to see a battle between further down the field, Lotus Disparito and rookie Cameron Lopez. The 83 has really had a bit of a strugglesome season so far. As we continue to cycle down the field, Christian Vargas doing battle with Jared Bedard, Truck Series winner in the 05, battling the Zero, who another driver who had a great season with Soaring Seagulls last year, but moving over to Daytona Motorsports has really not done him good so far this year. He needs a good run here today.
Yeah, battle up here, that's between Herman and Riley Spurley, too, as well as you see that's Nick Breeding. That he'll try to get by Roberto Crown Jr.
Roberto Crown Jr. not going away, and there he gets to the inside, almost makes contact.
I think they did touch it. He was close, but
right.
as
here she goes.
Crown Jr. through, here comes Herman.
That should... Actually, I don't think that'll put the 53 into the top 10. I believe that's the battle for 11th as Bennington down the inside of Riley Spurley Tube there in the number 8.
Not going to work out by the looks of things. Looks like the 8 car had the momentum on the outside. Well, he's
difficult track to pass, but you can definitely... I think it seems like you could, if you can have a good race car, you can actually pass, it seems. But you got to have a good race car.
Yeah, it's still difficult. I mean, you can see some Toyota compatriots here. 3 different Toyota teams. There's not many in USARC, but they're all fighting together. And it looks like Bennington's had a bad exit from the chicane, and Justin Whitmer's certainly looking down the inside. That's a big dive into turn 1.
Yeah, Whitmer going to try to go around the outside.
Certainly not the favored line as we head down. Late on the brakes for Justin Whitmer. And Disparito nearly clipped the tire barriers. And that move did not work out for Whitmer, and Disparito now under attack from Christian Vargas, as now Justin Whitmer also under attack from Cameron Lopez.
A good run for that 83 team already, and here is...
Oh,
contact.
shove wide!
Oh dear, it looks like Ricky Freeman Jr. I tell you what, he's made up a fair few positions, currently battling with Justin Perez.
Because his background's 20th, I believe.
I believe just started outside the top 20, but the outside line has prevailed there, and Vargas and Disparito side by side through the hairpin.
And looks like further back, just out of shot, Perez couldn't quite clear. As very close there through the last corner for both him and Freeman, as well as Disparito and Vargas. So now we're going to drag race it down into turn 1. And Perez still can't clear the 15. Oh, and Freeman with a look.
Oh, he tried to block. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, it worked out for him in the end. Looks like Freeman's a bit disjointed on exit. Heading back up towards the front of the field, it's all fairly clean. Looks like Brennan's really bearing down on the O2 now, but Joe Zeller trying to check out early on.
I mean, see, how about this 41 here? That's a really nice run for them so far here as he's trying to get up around Bannock Murdo. Not quite enough for Morris there, though.
Looking back up here to the battle between Brennan and Voiles. Brennan's still a bit too far back to really make a move, but this has been a really impressive season so far from the Scotsman. Got called up late to drive the number 1. Was originally supposed to be in the GTS full-time, but he is here in the APCS full-time, and he has had a very good season, comfortably leading the Rookie of the Year standings, and looking at his performance so far here, it's only going to grow.
Yeah, he's definitely one to watch for the future. And it looks like for now, Voiles is actually doing his best to dispatch of him and hold on to second place, which is vital for that team. And I think, in fact, the only other position they finished so far this season was at the top 10 at Daytona. And it looks like we've had a car...
Oh, what in the world?
Possibly pit. It's Dallas Miller in the 2, who's about to go a lap down.
Likely a mechanical issue. I'm assuming that lap 6 feels way too early for that to be a strategic stop.
Yeah, very
so I think that the Beacon Penske number 2 team has hit some sort of mechanical issues, and that's a big shame for them. We see McFadden do battle with Ricky Freeman Jr. After that battle with Perez, the 15 looks to be going backwards a bit as McFadden can't quite clear. But Zachary DeLello is also looking like he's trying to get in on this fight between the Full Sun 39 and the Blue Panther 15.
Yeah, this is back around, I believe, 21st or so.
Ooh, and Freeman wide and DeLello sliding through that corner. Gonna give up the place to Matthew Hubert. And here comes Peter Onjack, our Season 1 champion, as he's trying to go through on Ben Crouch, trying to make his way through the field after a poor qualifying run.
Yeah, this area of the field is really where it's all happening by the looks of things.
Yeah, but so far it's been a clean day.
I wonder what Zeller's going to do, because we know how difficult it is to overtake, so I wonder how he's going to approach this 2 car that he is undoubtedly faster than, but maybe the tyre advantage, if that 2 car took tyres when it pitted, if that will play any factor. I'll tell you what, group, I believe it's the top 8 or so. Yes, the top 8 have really pulled away from Angel Gutierrez, who's currently running to 9th.
4 seconds between Rigel in 8th and Gutierrez in 9th. So definitely this front group has really pulled away. And even among that front group, as you can see by the interval, this is very strung out as Bennington running a bit deep behind Riley Spurley Tube. Trying now is Justin Whitmer to take the spot. Looks like he'll be too far back to try to make a lunge there.
Just going to work on it for a few laps there. The tyres definitely will be starting to wear down a little bit now. We're not sure exactly when we'll see pit stops. It could be more fuel reliant than anything. I have to say, this 15 after an early charge is falling back, now falling into the clutches of Matthew Huber in the 44. He's been having a good season, as well as his teammate Zeller, but like many who are towards the top of the point standings, not a great qualifying from that 44 team.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do right now here to try and make passes. I mean, tires wear out, it's going to be hard to pass. You're just not going to have the grip you did earlier. It's really a losing battle right now.
Pinello really swung the car out there, and it may make him a bit vulnerable to the 14, who is bearing down on this long straightaway.
Going to be too far back to make a move, but certainly it looks like that some cars are using up their tires more than others. DeLello definitely one of them. A few other cars have definitely been sliding around a lot. You see there Blair McKenzie, no progress made. She is still in 39th. So that really attests to how difficult it seems to be to pass here. And it feels like the lead for Zeller is coming down as he's sitting behind Dallas Miller. I'm wondering if he's just trying to maintain the pace a bit, not try to overpush his car and get up to the 2 and have to deal with him just yet. But that is bringing Voiles and Cameron Brennan a bit more into this lead battle.
I mean, Voiles really closed in just in this half a lap that we've been watching them. I think maybe he's just trying to stay out of the dirty end. Maybe it's just too difficult to overtake. It's going to put the tyres under too much stress at this point. Yeah, I think already early on you kind of get the feeling this is going to be a very strategy orientated race. Yeah, Voiles is really closed in here. Kind of pulled away from Brennan a bit as well, but a slow chicane there may not be what he wants.
Yeah, I mean, the gap's down from 1.5 seconds down to just under a second, so we definitely closed in that time.
But I also think that Zeller's, closing in whether he likes it or not on the 2 car. So he just needs to kind of make Dallas Miller Voiles' problem rather than his. But what a run already, 11 laps in, very much fast enough to possibly lead this thing, Daniel Voiles, and that Score Motorsports 02. A great run, very valuable run so far.
Yeah, absolutely. As see, just continuing throughout the field here, it's just hard to pass. Although, yeah, it's hard to pass out here today. I'm not sure what. I did not see Riley Spurley there when we went by. Did something happen to him, or?
Yeah, I believe.
Oh yeah, the
definitely
8 has pitted.
Yeah, and I wonder.
I'm not sure if this is scheduled.
Surely that's not scheduled. I don't think that.
Yeah, very much seems that was not a planned stop for the 18.
Might work out for him though, having clean air. I mean, might not be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, he's currently, he's come out in front of Dallas Miller by some margin, as Voiles has closed in again on that lap.
Oh boy, Murrow got a little bit loose there, but held on.
We're just going to see more and more of that as these tyres wear down, to be honest.
And that tire barrier right on the outside of that corner is going to become ever more a threat as these cars continue to slide wide. I mean, I'm sure that eventually, especially as we saw how hectic it was in the early races, if we get a restart of some kind, there might be 1 or 2 cars ending their day in that barrier today.
Yeah, I mean, so far everybody's done a really nice job staying out of it. Yeah, you see Jeffrey Perkins not having a very good run. Stephen Colon really has not made up any positions at all. In fact, he's lost a couple.
This is a very damaging run for his championship hopes, and I think at this point, if you're still this far back in the field, you've got to start thinking about strategy. What ways can you make yourself stand out strategy-wise, and how you can make it work to your advantage?
I mean, how much faster is Spurley per lap than the leaders? That's what I'm wondering.
I
I mean, you can.
I mean, his gap. We'll see his gap then next time.
It's 101.0. We'll see if it comes down. We'll see if it keeps going up. I mean, Miller's gap is absolutely going up, but
Interesting thing is that Voiles has now kind of
Oh, the
held
caution
station
is
at
out.
about 8/10, and
Oh,
caution is
caution's out.
out.
And I wonder if
What
that's
in
the
the world?
tyre barriers claiming a victim. I can't see anyone with damage. Oh,
No,
that's
oh,
the-
Murdo!
There's someone with damage.
Oh no!
He's hit the tyre barrier. That's not good at all.
I think he has, because look, he's got side damage. Yeah.
Looks like the roof's given way as well. That's
I don't think he's
definitely
rolled this.
that's an end to any sort of running for that car. We'll watch him come round.
Hopefully he doesn't collect anyone else, but yeah, that is certainly going to be day done for the 01 team, and what has really been a rotten Season 2 for him so far. Oh, blowback Fox going to get out of the way, and fortunately he will bring the 01 back to the garage, but yeah, another rough race weekend for that 01 team.
It's
Yeah,
only
you see
second
him
week
go-
back.
Yeah, that's rough. See him dive to pit road here, and well, that's good of your Riley Spurley tube.
Yeah, this,
And
he
Dallas
could,
Miller,
he could
quite
cycle out
frankly.
to the lead. We'll stay on just to see pit stops because he's going to catch the pack if they all pit, and Dallas Miller as well because he's managed to stay on the lead lap.
I mean, I imagine you'd pit here.
I mean, halfway through the race or just about, assuming that your tank can do over half the race. And
Ooh,
there's a bit of a
bit of a
bunch up
stack
under
up.
yellow. I think
Doesn't
Zeller,
look like anyone got any damage.
No, I think Zeller put the brakes on a bit too harshly for what Voiles was expecting. But this is a really interesting, possibly race-defining moment here. Possibly the only pit stops of the day. Really going to come down to how fast your pit crew can be, where you are positioned in the pits as well. It's not a straight line. There's a curve in it, and that can provide its own unique challenges as well. So, assuming that we'll see pit stops here because we're just starting to halfway through.
All right, pit road is officially open, and we are going to see all the leaders duck in. Everyone is still ducking in. So I think that logically the only non-takers here would be Spurley Tube and Miller, though.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know necessarily if they would be good to the end on fuel if they didn't pit here. So maybe it's just splash and go for those two. But for the rest of the field, it is going to likely be full service.
You
This is not a
see,
great camera angle.
well,
Good camera
whoa,
angles.
boy. Yeah, I don't see the 8 coming in, or the 2.
Got to kind of wait to see what car pops into our view first here.
But I didn't see the 8 or the
Brennan.
2 pass by.
Oh, the
Brennan
1.
is going to be the first one off pit road.
Oh,
And actually, no,
Spurley
there is
Tube.
Spurley Tube.
He'll come
Johnny
out.
Morris has come out second. Riley Spurley Tube is going to be third. Zeller is down to...
I think that's
Got
fifth.
jumped by
Fifth.
Crown as well. I think that is P5.
Rigel's lost a fair few spots as well. Onjak, I think, has gained a few. Everything else seems relatively similar.
But I think Dallas Miller pitted because I did not see the 2 go by. We saw...
he's there.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, I mean,
Stephen Cologne's going to be last after all this. That's
yeah, I'm not. Is there anyone else on pit road still?
Oh, there's 2.
Oh, yeah, we have
it's
2. We have
Luna
Justin Perez and Luna
Bennington.
Bennington.
What happened here? Is this pit road contact?
I might have been pit road contact, I would assume.
But we're going to take a quick look at the first incident of the day here and see if anything happened between these two. And then we'll bring you the restart here, live in Canada.
We're on board with the 01 of Benedict Murdo. He's trying to make a pass. He just wheel hops and just slides into the barrier. Really just going too hard to try and get past the 92. And obviously, as you see, it completely ended his day. His car is destroyed.
Yeah, and he reminds me of him at Road America last year where he made a similar mistake.
I think there's a slight lockup there as well.
Yeah, it's
By the
just,
looks of things.
these cars are hard to drive.
Welcome back here at Trois-Rivieres. Yeah, that's how you pronounce that. Cameron Brennan, your Rookie of the Year contender, is in first, ahead of Johnny Morris, and then Riley Spurleytube is on alternative strategy. As you can see there, Justin Perez, Luna Bennington will go a lap down on this restart. Here we go, and an issue.
Oh,
with
problems for Lexi
Whoa,
Herman.
53 is off.
Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna be chaotic. Look at this mess.
Johnny Morris jumps to the inside of Spurleytube, meanwhile.
Oh.
I think that was more of a defensive move, and it's really not going to work. The 41 really wide Spurleytube into second.
Oh, he's gonna try to cut across.
Cleared
He got
him.
it. This is a barrier that's cut people out. Kupski sliding a little bit.
I think everyone's going to make it through cleanly, but I don't know what happened there with the 53. It might be a mechanical issue, but definitely 53 went off, and that caused all sorts of chaos here on the restart.
Yeah, everybody trying to dive down to these next couple corners.
There's a bit of contact there between the 74 and the 39 by the looks of things. But I think they're going to keep it green on this restart initially, at least.
Oh, Wimmer not giving Kupski any space.
Gonna try to hang it around the outside. The 40 car is going to, but I think that Whitmer's going to be able to clear, so that's a position for the 18, and Foyle's really wide. Big slap, or big tank slapper for the 02, and nearly collected Roberto Crown Jr. as the 60 is back out on pit road, or back out into the race.
And this is not good for Morris because he's getting held up by him.
Don't want to get flung into the tyre barrier here by a lapped car. That would be really not
Oh,
ideal.
this contact!
Whoa! I'd like to point out something on the leaderboard. It looks like there's been an issue with Peter Onjak as well, as he's way down the leaderboard.
Yeah, not sure what happened to him. Did he just get spun, maybe? As Bangton's back out on the lead laps. Harris over the lap down. Herman's rejoining. Just a absolutely chaotic restart.
Look, Perez is causing all sorts of issues for your pole sitter. They're still side by side.
You gave him the space out there, and he's going to let him go. So that was respectful from Perez as everybody now trying to calm down a little bit here.
And what all of this is just music to the ears of Cameron Brennan. Because now he is well out in front of this field, and Riley Spurleytube, who's in second, is on alternative strategy. We don't necessarily know if the 8's going to be good to the end on fuel, so I think this really is now Brennan's race to lose.
Yeah, I mean, you got under could be lap traffic though in the form of that 42. So
I think that car should.
I don't know,
quick
just
enough.
yet, but
Should be quick enough to keep out of their way. Oh, but she's right there.
yeah, it's going to be only about a second or two up the road.
There's Lexi Herman. Terrible day if you're a championship contender.
Yeah, unless you're Cameron Brennan.
Brennan and Spurleytube. I mean, this is really going to be a race that could and will very much cement Cameron Brennan as a championship contender if results hold. Once again, this has just been a really impressive season from him, as we see Bobak Fox going down the inside of John McFadden. You're going to remain side by side. I think McFadden's going to be able to keep this spot. Not quite.
Not
Side by
quite.
side.
Into turn one. Fox running a bit wide, still side by side. McFadden's still not able to clear, and Fox is going to shoot it down the inside. Still side by side.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and kept
They're
it
good
out
for
of the
now.
wall. And Fox will clear.
Yeah, as you see, Brennan up front by 2.7 seconds over Riley Spurleytube. I thought Green was going to drive
Anthony
really wide for a
Green.
second. Oh, boy.
I think he definitely thought about it.
Oh no, he definitely had that little jink of the wheel.
Oh, we're back
and
on
we're
the
under
yellow.
caution again.
Oh,
Who is it this time? Oh, it's Reese
It's
Cup.
Reese
Reese
Cup.
Cup.
Destroyed.
And someone
Oh,
else.
and another
another
car.
one.
Seth Morgan.
Seth
Seth
Morgan.
Morgan.
It's not been a good day for the Dodgers, has it?
No, it really has not. I mean, it was Herman on the restart. It's Bennington having issues on pit road, and now Kupski and Morgan have come together.
Yeah, I mean, that'll get Bennington back on the lead lap, so that'll help her out a little bit, but it's not a good day for the rest of the Dodge Brigade at all. Really, even the 42 either. But yeah, there's Morgan with heavy damage. It's gonna help Herman out, catch her back up to the pack, but just more chaos here. What was a calm race has turned into a bit of a mess of one.
But now this is good news for Riley Sproto too, because now we're under caution, so you can save fuel for at
Kupski's
least a
back
little
out
bit.
there. Actually, 40's back on track.
40 is back on track.
Yeah, 40's back on track.
I do not
That's
believe
so.
he
No,
is.
he's there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he
And
is.
that car looks
Yeah.
fixed almost perfectly.
Was he perhaps already had an incident, and maybe the cautions from Morgan in an unrelated incident?
Quite possibly.
Not sure.
I tell you what,
I
then
believe-
we'll take a quick look, and we'll come back if there are any pit stops. You're watching Canadian Tire Grand Prix live.
This is the battle. This Reese Kupski was running 11th. Once again just wheel hops, and it's unusual to see these really good road racers wheel hopping it, but that's what's happened today. And Kupski slowly back rolling. He will continue in the race, but then behind him, Seth Morgan did the exact same thing.
I just want to see hear what happens in this corner as well. It looks like he had an issue with 2, perhaps. Oh yeah.
Oh,
no, it's
99.
99.
Right in front of Jeffrey Perkins, and then holds up Dallas Miller. So yeah, I wonder what the USARC officials will think of that one.
Now for the incident that brought out our yellow, we're on board with the 22 of Seth Morgan. He was looking to pass Justin Patrick and just got out of shape completely. I mean, you saw it. He just almost jumped out of his line and completely destroys that tire barrier.
I will say that looks more like a lockup than the other two we've seen hit that tyre barrier so far. It's a really tough break for a team in general. Self Autosport have had a really difficult season so far, and it only gets worse. We'll be right back to bring you the restart.
Welcome
Okay.
back here from Trois-Rivieres as Matthew Hubert has had a tire issue under caution, so he'll come to the service of his crew and line up from the back here on his restart and get fixed, and that's no guarantee that they can. Looks like they'll at least try to. So Perez gets a free pass. Bit of a checkup again, but we'll be going back green here shortly with Cameron Brennan out in front, I believe this time by.
Yeah, it tends to be there's a very fast team of marshals here. The very short yellows. We are currently on lap 21, and yet the pace car lights are off. We will be going back green with 10 laps to go.
I mean, this race has got a little more chaotic here. Obviously, people just making mistakes, slipping off track. You see Hubert returning to the race.
Yeah, and he's going to be stuck behind a one lapped car, and I believe that single lap car is... Oh no, Herman's still on the lead lap.
Yes.
Did not know that was the case, but yeah, Kupski's a lap down, and he will not be waved. So he's in the middle of the field with a potentially damaged race car, so that could be a bit of a factor. But yeah, this is very much a late race restart now. We're 2/3 of the way through, and there's a bit of contact there. But, half a lap, and then we go back racing in Canada.
So yeah, Cam.
It's be interesting to see if Brennan can hang on.
Indeed, Brennan ran in the truck race, finished P5. Now he's leading the Cup race. definitely looking to see if he can convert this to a race win. I mean, a lot of things ended up going his way, and the pit crew absolutely delivered when it counted. I think that's going to be the winning factor if this one car ends up in victory lane.
This might be a defining moment in whether or not he ends up in victory lane, as he's just going to come around through the chicane. Then we will go back racing. They're really stacking up in the back. They all want to be as far ahead as they can so they don't have to go through the chicane as they come to accelerate back to green.
Brent's obviously going to try and back up people as much as he can.
This could be very messy. With 10 laps to go, there's going to be a lot of desperate drivers throughout the field. Here we go.
Moore's trying to go on the outside of Spurley tube.
Oh, that move did not work at all. I don't contact self right into the wall.
Oh, and
Oh,
up
Vargas up and
the
over.
zero over.
Friedman, the points leader's in it. There's Cameron Lopez. I think he's escaped that with no damage somehow.
Yeah, but he's stuck behind 92.
There's an issue. I think it's a 15 and a 00 who was involved in that crash initially.
Oh yeah, Breeding's got damaged. Oh, very close to Bobak Fox.
Well, watch out because here comes Freeman as well. Oh, this is chaotic, both for this race and the championship standings. Oh,
This
And
might get
obviously,
messy here.
caution is back out.
Look at, oh boy.
So Breeding might be able to get that car repaired because, I mean, the 40 team was able to get that car fixed up, and very similar incident, I believe, with him and Kupski.
Oh boy. I don't think
Vargas
Self
got the car
with
rolling
zero.
After rolling it, but big moment there. Self got turned hard into the wall, but car is rolling, so thankfully everyone is okay.
it was a very hard hit, very scary accident when you see a car get hooked like that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we're gonna
Well then.
we're gonna have a very have a quick look at that one for sure. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Cautions breed cautions, and off the restart you see Breeding try to send it down the inside, and then contact between Sells and Crown. That sends the 92 into the 00. Rigel involved with the 0 gets hit by the 15 pretty hard and ends up rolling over. Cameron Lopez, though, in the 83, able to slam on the brakes and just about avoid, I think, up any damage whatsoever.
Yeah, and Lopez and I think it's the 21 of Freya Aradotta as well with a good wreck avoidance there. But yeah, we're going to get a few more angles of this one. Very, very disappointing outcome for that 92 team.
You see off the restart, Nick Breeding gets a really good jump, and he goes into one, he jumps straight to the inside, he sees a hole, and then just right into the 92, got a little bump from the 31, who twitched, but maybe just a rookie trying to go for the huge move, and it doesn't work out very well.
You see Sells here. This is he gets a really nice restart. And immediately, he tries to jump to Roberto Crown Jr.'s inside. I don't think he ever realized that Breeding's coming, and they touch there, and hard hit into the wall. Gets hit again and again. Maybe got hit again there at the end, but just a really hard hit here for Daniel Sells, and it's been a miserable season for him, and they really need a good run today, and just falling apart at the end once again.
It's entirely not his fault as well. That's going to really sting for that team. Okay, so you're about to see Cameron Lopez and a masterclass in wreck avoidance, slowing down more so than avoiding. As you can see there, the 92 hooked into the wall. It's Vargas going up and over, and got it slowed down perfectly there. Cameron Lopez has lost a lot of positions, however, but I think himself and the team will be glad that they've just kept that car in one piece for now. Now they'll be hoping to capitalise on another restart.
We're back here from the circuit Trois-Rivieres. We're setting up for a restart on lap 25 of 31. Daniel Sells and Ricky Freeman Jr. are only 2 retirements. Christian Vargas, after rolling the car, he is back out here, Joe Nemechek style, and he's going to continue in this one.
I mean, it doesn't even look that badly hurt. I mean, it's probably not going to be fast, but it'll roll. But you see Cameron Brennan here trying to hold on for the win here. He's done a perfect job so far in these restarts. His pit crew got him the lead. And he's just going to have to try and hold off Riley Spurley to zone a little bit over tires. So just needs, hopefully, one more good restart. Hopefully not 2.
Yeah, the
Or
more
3.
the more restarts, the more stress it will be for Brennan, because he's got to do it over and over again. And as long as you can clear your opponent heading into turn 1 or turn 2, as the leader, you tend to be okay. But look at Spurley's. I think they made a bit of contact there.
They're stacking up.
He's eager to get going. This is going to be a crucial restart.
Spurley clearly wanted to go, but Brennan, once again, backing up the field. Green flag back out here from Trois-Rivieres, lap 25 and 31 and car around Ben Crouch.
What in the world? I think we're still green.
I think we are still green, and looks like we're going to make it through. Oh, but he's gone deep. Oh, near contact, I think, there with Luke Evans.
Oh, the 41.
Spurley got a shot, I think, there from Johnny Morris, and the 41 now into second, 64 into third. Oh, Spurley looks slow.
Yeah, really not sure what's wrong. I think he's at a bad exit. That is
a car park. Eli Steelwolf, Luna Bennington, Dallas Miller. And we are under caution once again. Oh boy.
On a 0. I'm not sure if he was just stopped, but
this race is delving into chaos very quickly. Just seeing here if everyone gets back through cleanly. It looks like Boyle's nearly hit the wall, yeah.
Deep.
Oh, and so did the... Oh, wait.
These guys still racing back. Here's Anthony Greenman, who's been slowly making his way up through the field today. He's going to hope to clear your Truck Series points leader. He's not going to do so. There's Kupski. But yeah, pile up here. It seems like everyone apart from Steelwolf has managed to drive away. So Brennan's got to do it all over again. And we'll...
Probably one more time?
Yeah, because it will be a restart on lap 28.
And he's going to have a clearly very aggressive Johnny Morris behind, so this may not be as easy as the restarts with Spurley too.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at what's happened. And we'll be right back with what will almost undoubtedly be our final restart here. Hopefully, they'll keep it clean.
So following Eli Steelwolf off the restart, car looks fine. And he's going to dive it in, and oh, there goes the engine. So an engine failure on the 80. Cameron Lopez, and the field's just stacking up, trying to get around him. And oh, Santiago in late on Kyler Sustrai. Justin Patrick, I think, got a bit of it. But I think it was and Crouch, I think, hit the back of Dallas Miller. But it was Steelwolf exploding. And then I think Lopez tagged and sent the 80 around it. That drew the caution.
Really tough break for AFM in what could be their final start as a team. We're going to have a look at what happened to Ben Crouch and then bring you the final restart of this race.
Well, this is after the incident with the 80 of Steelwolf. You see Herbert trying to make up positions here, and 3 wide at a street circuit usually does not work, and they just kind of get together.
That is...
And Breeding comes in and comes into him.
You see on the restart, Ben Crouch, you got Kyler Sustrai behind him. They're just going through the hairpin, and Sustrai basically tells him to move, and he did it for him. Maybe Sustrai just frustrated with the fact that he's been around the back all day and he wants to get going. The 19 had different plans.
We'll come back here for the restart. Hopefully, the final restart of the day should be, no matter what, even if there is a yellow. And we'll see if Cameron Brennan can hang on for the win. welcome back here from Trois-Rivieres. We're getting ready to go back green here. It's Cameron Brennan leading. We had a couple of penalties here. The 83, I believe, got penalized, possibly either for passing the 19 or dumping the 80. More likely not dumping the 80 there. Not sure what the Perkins penalty was for. And then Spurley 2, not Spurley 2, but Sustry pretty clear what the penalty was on that one.
On the flip end of the spectrum for Soaring Seagulls Racing, it is their man Cameron Brennan who's gonna have to do it all again once again. Can he once again ace the restart? The one has been so good so far, but he's gonna have the 41 of Johnny Morris, who put the bumper to the back of the 8 of Spurley Tube on the last restart. So clearly, he is not messing around. The Montreal, Quebec native would love to get a win on effectively his home circuit. Joe Zeller, Daniel Voyle still not out of the picture either. They sit 3rd and 4th, Spurley Tube in 5th as they make their way out of the last corner down the straightaway. We're going to come to the green here on lap 28 of 31 here at Trois-Rivieres. And green flag, back out.
Brennan got a really nice
Morris-
restart there.
Morris tried to look to the inside, but he couldn't get to the ones inside.
It looks like we're pretty clean through the field through the first set of corners so far.
This is where that can change. Crown really
Crown really wide. And contact there between Greenman and Bedard. Herman also with a big tank slapper.
They've all made
Lopez looked like he had some problems as well, but we are all away and good, and it is the top 2 of Brennan and Morris who have really checked out.
Look at this mess back here, though. Oh, boy.
We are 3 wide. That's the problem for Whitmer. Yeah, Whitmer's slow. Boy.
The issues for championship contenders continue with Justin Whitmer slow.
He had a bad run at Pikes Peak and he failed to finish at Darlington. This season is really unravelling quite quickly for Justin Whitmer. That's a real...
Yeah, he was running 8th.
I wonder what this gap
3 to
will
go.
be. It's just over a second. Morris looks
3
fast.
laps. 3 laps to go. Morris, he looked fast on the last restart, but I don't know. I mean, Brennan really just jumped on that restart. So I once again, I think this is going to be Brennan's race to lose.
Oh, we've had
we got more cars.
and then
as once again, it's Perkins, Lopez, and Sustry again. So I don't know what that's all about.
I thought it was fuel for a second. I thought we were going to see fuel mileage again in another Cup Series race, but that looks like it could be something to do with their penalties. Maybe they weren't served properly, or what? We're not exactly sure.
Yeah, maybe they had to serve him under green.
Very wide is 10. Currently in 8th.
Been a very quiet day for Luke Evans. We haven't really mentioned his name a ton in relation to wheel-to-wheel battling, but yeah, he's worked his way into 8th, and that's been a very good run for that 10 team. So half of the Soaring Seagull camp is looking really good. Brennan.
There's Whitmer.
There's Whitmer coming back out.
Gutierrez.
Close.
Gutierrez as well. Obviously, really tough break at Pikes Peak with a mechanical issue. But obviously, he won at Darlington. At that point, he was about 3rd in the standings after that race, and Whitmer's making this really difficult for him. But yeah, he with a 6th place finish here, he could very much be in contention for the championship as we kind of dive into the midway point of the season. Look at this, Whitmer's really causing some issues here. He's clearly slower than everyone else around him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Evans right on his bumper here as up front. Zeller trying to run down the 41 to try to get second back. Brennan, however, has taken off. Coming to the white flag this time by.
Well, this is very messy now. This is going to be an issue for Evans.
Look at the 77 of Avidis Davidian. The Armenian driver has worked his way back up to the front. Oh my goodness.
Commentator's curse.
Incredible save from the 77, but he's going to lose the spot to Anthony Greenman. and he's now, I believe, just outside the top 10. Yeah, running 12th. Was running 11th before that big moment through the last corner, but now we are on the last lap, and it's a 1.8 second lead for rookie Cameron Brennan.
I think this is very much the first big moment in what could be a very special career. This is a very bright young man, lots of talent behind that wheel, as we've seen already this season. I think this is going to really be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, a little bit wide there, but doesn't matter now. Into the chicane for the final time. Final corner, Cameron Brennan, first career win. He's going to do it in style. He wins in Canada for Soaring Seagulls Motorsports. What a drive by him today.
And the caution's out.
Oh, caution
yeah, we are
is out.
Not sure for what, but all these guys look like they're clean, but I guarantee we'll see a couple of them. No, I'm not sure, actually.
There's a bit of damage on the 99.
Is there damage on the... Oh, I think that was from earlier, though.
Sworn there was.
There was front-end damage. But,
so I'm not sure what that caution... Oh, Sustrai's got damage, actually. Door.
Oh.
We'll take a look if there's anything, we will show it. But take a bow, Cameron Brennan, his first career win. And one could easily predict this is very much the first of many wins for this young man.
So, looking through your full finishing results, Cameron Brennan, once again, just an absolutely dominant performance to take the win here at Trois-Rivieres, his first on his career. Johnny Morris comes home second, a very valiant effort from him. Joe Zeller, the pole sitter, rounds out third. Daniel Voiles in fourth. Spurley Tube, Gutierrez, Roberto Crown Jr., Luke Evans, Jacques Ergel, and Lotus Desperito, the top 10. Anthony Greenman, Avdis Davidian, Zachary DeLillo, J.R. Bedard, Blair McKenzie, John McFadden, Freya Eradaughter, Nicholas Santiago, Bobak Fox, and Peter Onjak, the top 20. Then it's Justin Perez, Lexi Herman, Matthew Hubert, Luna Bennington, Nick Breeding, Stephen Colon, Dallas Miller, Christian Vargas, who finishes 28th after flipping, Ben Crouch, and Jeffrey Perkins, the top 30. Cameron Lopez and Kyler Sustrai, the last of the finishers on the lead lap. Justin Whitmer and Reese Kupski finished one lap down, with then Justin Patrick, Eli Steelwolf, Ricky Freeman Jr., Daniel Selfs, Seth Morgan, and Benedict Murdo, all failing to finish. That has been all from the Aaron's Pro Cup Series debut here at the Circuit Trois-Rivieres. We will see you next time when we are racing at Chicagoland. Until then, thank you for watching, and goodbye.